When Daniel Morgan returned home from his 2-week vacation in Oregon, he immediately sensed something was wrong. Nothing dramatic, no broken windows or kicked-in doors. The place was clean, too clean. It was the small things. The toothpaste cap was off, even though he always closed it tight. A leftover pizza box he swore was in the fridge before he left was gone. His favorite coffee mug, the one he kept at the back of the cabinet, was in the dish rack, still faintly wet. He shrugged it off at first. Maybe he was remembering things wrong. Maybe he left the mug out. Maybe he tossed the pizza before he left. Jet lag and a long drive could do that to your head. But the feeling didn't go away. The next morning, he found a chair at the kitchen table, slightly pulled out. Not enough to raise alarm, but Daniel had a habit of pushing them in perfectly. A sock he didn't remember wearing lay on the bathroom floor. His shampoo bottle seemed lower than it should have been. He started to worry he was losing it. By the third day, when he came home to find the back porch door unlocked, one he hadn't touched since spring, he bought a set of wireless security cameras and installed them throughout the house. One in the kitchen, one in the hallway, one facing the front door, and one in the living room. The only place he didn't put one was his bedroom. It felt too invasive, even for himself. He set the cameras to notify his phone whenever they detected motion. That night, Daniel sat in bed watching a movie when his phone buzzed with a motion alert. Kitchen camera, motion detected. He froze. The timestamp showed it happened just 2 minutes ago. Quietly, he tiptoed out into the hallway. Nothing. Kitchen lights were off. Silence. He walked in slowly, holding the flashlight on his phone like a weapon. Empty. Just as he was about to convince himself it was a glitch, his phone buzzed again. Living room camera, motion detected. The blood in his veins turned cold. Heart pounding, Daniel turned and crept toward the living room. He peeked around the corner. Nobody. The room was still. The couch, the coffee table, the book he'd left out, untouched. Was the camera system faulty? He opened the app to review the footage. What he saw chilled him to his core. The video clip showed a figure, a tall, thin man with shoulder-length dark hair and pale skin, emerging silently from the hallway closet. He crept into the kitchen, stood in the shadows for a moment, then slowly turned and slinked back toward the living room, disappearing off camera. Daniel's breath caught. That closet was just 10 feet from where he was standing now. He wanted to call the police, but fear of making a scene over what could be a prank or a mistake paralyzed him. Instead, he decided to wait it out. He armed himself with a baseball bat and sat on the edge of his bed, lights off, waiting. Hours passed. Around 3:14 a.m., he heard it, barely audible, a soft creak of floorboards down the hallway. He opened the app and watched the live feed. The living room was still. Then, on the hallway camera, a shape appeared. It was the same man. He moved silently, barefoot, gliding. He passed the bathroom, walked slowly toward Daniel's bedroom door. Daniel gripped the bat tighter, phone in his other hand, hands slick with sweat. But the man didn't enter. Instead, he turned into the hall closet again and vanished behind it. When the police arrived 10 minutes later, they searched the house thoroughly. Inside the hallway closet, behind a loose wooden panel, was a narrow crawl space. It led to a small attic storage area above the garage, where they found bedding, empty food wrappers, water bottles, and a small backpack filled with clothes and toiletries. There was also a charger plugged into an outlet in the attic, still powering an old phone. "He must have been living here for weeks," one of the officers said. "Coming out when you weren't home or when you were asleep." Daniel couldn't stop shaking. The man was never caught. The police suspected he might have been a squatter who entered during Daniel's vacation, someone experienced at hiding, possibly homeless, maybe mentally ill. They found fingerprints, but no matches. Daniel moved out 3 days later. He never truly recovered. He developed insomnia, paranoia. Therapy helped, but not enough. 6 months later, a new family moved into the house. A couple with a 5-year-old daughter. And last week, Daniel got a call from the police. The new owners had been hearing footsteps at night. Their daughter told them she saw the man with stringy hair standing in the hallway. She said he whispered that the house still belonged to him. When officers searched the home again, they found the attic empty, but the closet panel had been removed. A fresh apple core lay on the floor. Daniel hung up the phone and stared at the wall in silence for a long time. Some people break in to steal, others just want to stay, and sometimes they never leave.